Just looking at the closing moments overall, six is out. And they kind of upgraded Uncle Howdy's mask that he, can talk. Like he can talk with his mask. So yeah, this is interesting. Yep, the Wyatt Six. So I wonder if they're gonna go long. Maybe try to get this set up for the God, this is huge. And yep, it's official. Deceptus has won the championship. It is just now official. Yep, Celtics did it. Well, like I said, I'd rather be them than like LA if they would ever, got to it. So I want them to like up one on LA than anything. But yeah, they did it. Drew Holiday got his second ring. Just insane. Yeah. Although like I got distracted by that that thing that they did with the Wyatt family. Well, you might say the Wyatt Six. Yeah, this is huge. Oh, his mom is Tatum's. Yeah, I guess the other good thing, like it stays in the East. I just thought like Dallas would have a chance, but they wasn't ready.
And doing it together, doing it as one makes it so much sweeter. Players that use their past failures, their lessons of losing,
Well, I ain't worried. They ain't gonna win it next season. Well, next year.
In the Eastern Conference Finals, he told us just a couple of days ago, my team looked to me when Tatum got hurt.
And I know that feels bad for like Knicks fans too, like drafting Kristaps Porzingis, then trading him Dallas to Washington and now to Boston.
Just what's it feel like to finally be a champion?
Oh my God. It's a surreal feeling. We did it. We did it!
Yeah.
So much emotion. We saw you feeling it all when you came out of the game. Just can you try to describe just what you were feeling?
A little bit late on here, but like I said, I apologize, but just got distracted by what happened.
Not because we won, but to put me in a position to maximize my God-given ability to surround me with these guys, my family. This is an incredible feeling. I'm hustling. I'm sorry.
How did what
Let's
happened in
see.
game 4? Just how
And
did
I
that
didn't mention on the
impact
video
way
that I
you
did
guys
yesterday, Happy Father's Day to all the real fathers out there and those that have to do both. Because no good fathers, some of the no good so-called dads didn't step up.
The expectations all season long have just been so much. It could have smothered you guys. Why didn't it?
We have a resilient group. We've been through a lot as a team over this last couple years, over the last 7 years. What they gonna say now? What they gonna say now?
Yeah, I mean, you're going to win it next year, fool.
You guys want this for hours.
You know, he don't have much time left on here.
They lucky the Bucks didn't play them in the finals like they should. They would have got, well, in a way they would have got whipped.
Congratulations, you're a champion.
But then again, it's like we don't have no bench. But I'm thinking that we will have a bench next year. So let me try to put this on live. Yeah, man, the music got to begin. What's up, guys? We're live. The guys that's watching on Twitch, yeah, we're live. Because we didn't do the show yesterday, and because of Father's Day, and we're gonna end up doing it today. So we gotta set a few things up. Tonight we're gonna people start fighting, breaking stuff, and all that stuff.
They all got plenty to say.
Oh
That I don't
God.
have what it takes. That I'm not here. That I can't lead. Can't close. Well, maybe they'll stop talking now.
They
And
won't.
again, maybe it's best they don't.
Sorry about the background noise. So I gotta set this up. Then I gotta do the podcast. I still didn't figure out how to well, you gotta change that now. Because they got on Instagram. I'm gonna show y'all what it says on Instagram. It's like it had Thanasis won, Jason Tatum nothing. That's funny. Oh, you got one now.
Michelin innovates once more with Michelin acoustic technology, reducing cabin noise by cushioning road vibrations. Michelin,
Okay, let's
motion
see.
for life.
Boston, the Celtics are NBA champions. It's time to come together and celebrate in style. Go to NBAstore.com right now to get all your
Where is that?
official locker room collection. The t-shirts for the whole
Oh yeah, cool.
the official locker room hat and everything you need to celebrate.
And sorry, it's gonna look like I'm gonna be sliding because we got the fan blowing, but it's still hot in here. So let me set this up and we can get started. Hopefully, while I do the recording, it won't mess up or anything like that or set me back. Because I did, had to delete some stuff and just don't have that much memory. It just kind of sucks. So yeah, let's go live. Gonna leave that up. Change the date. Not gonna describe the show. Let's save it. Okay, so it's going to be recorded. Okay, that's fine. Recording right about. Let's see. Mentioned this yesterday, but happy Father's Day to all the real fathers out there, and also the mothers that had to do both. While you got some lazy guys that don't want to step up in the plate, or still treat their kids like crap. And yeah, I'm talking about mine too. My my father wasn't the greatest, but at least I did kind of rebound with having to. Although he's not, although Robert's not my son by blood, but he's my son, and my late son Matthew, he's always with me in spirit, so I can't forget about that. Um, what we're going to talk about is TNA against all odds results. We will talk about that in a bit. We'll talk about WWE's Clash at the Castle results. Were kind of resulted of what was going on this past Saturday. Well, tonight I might as well say not. Yeah, tonight, but Drew ended up quitting. Since sorry for some of y'all that don't even know the results, and I just kind of spoil it. So I apologize about that. Also, we're going to talk about. We're also going to do the NBA polls. They're like top 100 like players and stuff like that. We still going to do the team need, but we just did it with. We're just going to do it with like the fans polls pick instead of ESPN's. So we're just going to do that a little bit different. That will be later on. But first, let's talk about the results of TNA against all odds and a surprising return that happened this Friday as well. So when Jonathan Gresham, I was really surprised by, but then again, I kind of get why the ending of it happened. Crucida, sorry, got some of the black ink out of Jonathan's mouth, and I guess he's gonna try to analyze it, which is kind of crazy. I guess we'll see this Thursday on Impact on what he found or whatever the case may be. But yeah, it was enough of the distraction that got Sami Callihan doing the Catch's Driver 97 to win. So I was wrong about this match, and Sami Callihan did win. It gave Jonathan Gresham his first loss since Jonathan Gresham returned on this run. Might as well say. That's one match. It was a good match as well, so I can't complain about that. Alyssa Edwards and Masha Slamovich versus the Hex. That's Allison Kay and Marty Bell. And of course, the results, like I said, it was a good match, and they tried, but Alicia Edwards and Masha Slamovich did retain the tag titles. So, yeah, just I don't know. I just wanted to see like a title change, but then again, like Alicia and Masha did just win it, like the last pay-per-view. Why they gonna lose it just like that? It's strange. Okay, now they on live. Well, the main card, I should say. And the way they kicked off the matches was Mike Santana versus Steve Macklin. I mean, Mike Santana and Steve Macklin, sorry, versus the Rascals. Miguel and Zachary Wentz. All around action, all around. But I think I did get this one right. Mike Santana and Steve Macklin did beat the Rascals. It was like kind of like an all out war. I'm sorry. So good match. Steve Macklin and Mike Santana did shake hands after the match and separate ways. So I don't know if they're gonna be completely finished with but We'll see how that is. Wait, Jaylen Brown getting Finals MVP? I thought anybody who was gonna get Finals MVP was probably Drew Holiday. He did most of the work in the finals. That's just crazy. Okay, X Men. Of course, they had the Rick Swan and in PCO match. Um, of course, AJ Francis was talking trash about Chicago. So surprise, surprise. Well, not surprise. But this match wasn't that bad either. And I was thinking since it was going to be advantage, I forgot what I picked. I think I picked Rick Swan, and I was wrong about. Like I said, it's always a good thing about some TNA matches. Like it didn't you predict it, and that's a good thing. Like you can't like go through like watching like matches and you already predict it and like end up being right, which what leads me to talk about the. So we will talk about that later on. But let's get to the next match. Oh, but before that, Steph DeLanger did accept like going tag team title match. The System versus Rick and Ryan Nemeth. Um, Alyssa Edwards were out ringside, and all the System was involved in this match, and we thought Dango was going to come in and help, but that didn't happen. Dango actually, caused both Nick and Ryan Nemeth the match. I think he hit Ryan. Yeah, let me read this. Did he hit Ryan? Oh yeah, he did took a shot at Ryan as I thought, and Eddie did capitalize and hit him with the Boston Knee party. Oh God, kind of losing my words. Oh my God. So the System, of course, Brian Myers and Eddie Edwards do retain the titles. Okay. Well, okay, yeah, we know it was clear that Dirty Dango was like working with the System, so should be not that much of a surprise. And I think the next match was okay, it was Joe Henry versus Frankie Kazarian. I was wrong about this match too. I thought Frankie Kazarian was going to win it. Oh yeah, he did win it. I'm sorry. Yeah, Frankie Kazarian did win. Oh, I'm sorry. I was lost for a second. So I know it's been like a few days since watching it, and like Drew forgot to know what was the you know match or whatever. But but yeah, Kazarian did use the brass knuckles and end up pinning Joe Hendry 1, 2, 3. So kind of sucks. He and the crazy thing is like Ace Steel is going to challenge Frankie Kazarian in the match. I think it's going to be this Thursday on Impact. So yeah, it's getting interesting. Um, you have Trent Seven going against Mustafa Ali for the X Division Championship. So Champagne Singh and Mike Bailey were banned from ringside, but I think he ended up like getting some help anyway. So I think it was like some of his henchmen like try to help him. You know, yeah, they helped him with it. Let's see, 450 splash, did a sharpshooter and forcing Trent Seven to tap. That's crazy. But I was right about this match too. So Mustafa Ali is going to retain. So I guess really like all like the interference and stuff didn't do much. Mustafa Ali just cheated to win. And it was revealed before the match had started that Mustafa Ali didn't even care about the politics. He just cared about himself. So now I'm surprised if you're a heel. Of course you're going to care about yourself. It's just crazy. Yep. It will be this Thursday. The Santino Marella made that match. It's still in the Chicago street fight. So very interesting. Um, yeah, this one's interesting too. Josh Alexander, the returning Josh Alexander, and Eric Young went against ABC. This could be like a potential for like a future, tag. But with the like all the confusion that happened, ABC did capitalize and won. Yeah, right. Uh, I did pick Josh and Eric, so I was wrong about that. So ABC did win the match and could be lining up for a future like rematch for the tag titles. So that'd be cool. Um, let's see what else. Oh, okay. Here y'all talk about we were trying to figure out who was the challenger for Jordan Grace. It ended up being NXT's Tatum Paxley. So yeah, it was a good match and ended up being interesting. But Ash by Elegance was at ringside. So yeah, it was she did the Juggernaut Driver and went for the win. So Jordan Grace did retain, which I thought was a good match. Now let's see, after the match, Ash blindsides Grace with bejeweled knuckles. Grace quickly gains control and dumps Ash to the outside, then suck her in her own champagne. And Grace did have a sip of it as well. So yeah, anniversary being next month on July. I think they got that on Saturday in Montreal. Um, let's see, main event Moose and was Nick and Ryan Nemeth end up coming out and attacking Eddie Edwards and Brad Myers. So they end up attacking them, and it was like a fair one-on-one match. But you did have Alicia Edwards out there too. So yeah. So it's broken rules match. So mainly it's like no disqualifications. Just win by pinfall or submission anywhere. So yeah, like they use tables, they just use like a lot of stuff like tables. I think a garbage. I could be wrong. Ladders were used. Of course, chairs was used. Just almost everything you can name that was there. But the interesting thing that happened that Rebecca Hardy, which y'all was also known as Rebby Sky. Well, she returned and actually ended up helping Matt out with like attacking Alicia Edwards because she did interfere and yeah, and all that happened. But she did get Alicia with the twist of fate, which was a decent twist of fate for the person that didn't, practice much for a return, or who would have known, right? I will mention something that Rebecca Hardy did say that my wife had found out about, but we will get to that in a second. But so Hardy was gonna spear Moose, but he pulled Rebecca. They got in the way and speared her. Yep. Then Moose, yeah. Then Moose got him with a spear for the win, and Moose did retain and ended up being Matt Hardy. But it wasn't over yet. The whole system was like out there in the ring. just celebrated victory. They did Rebecca Hardy. Nick and Ryan Nemeth came out and tried to make the save, then couldn't. Joe Henry came out trying to make a save, still didn't work. And alone that a song came out, it was Jeff Hardy using the original original Hardy theme song that they was using in WWE. But then again, like I said, they got a working relationship now, and plus, Hardy's owned the right to that song anyway. So there you go. Use a chair on the system. You know, then everybody got up. Start beating the system. Yeah. Matt Hardy. What Jeff hit him with a twisted fate. I think it was Moose. Yeah. Then Matt Hardy hit on the twisted fate. Then Jeff Hardy ended up hitting the Swanton bomb. Went nuts when it came to Jeff Hardy making an appearance. So we know that a deal was going to be done anyway. We kind of knew this was going to happen with the Jeff Hardy situation, since his contract was up on the same day that he appeared. So I guess TNA just hurry up and snatched him up and did that. And I guess we'll see that what's going to happen this Thursday and this point on. So Jeff Hardy will be next in line for the TNA title shot. But yeah, right now, the system, they look unstoppable, and it's just like, wow, you got a faction like that that's like dominated, and just them three, well, them four. Can't forget about Alicia Edwards. It'll be interesting, but it was like mainly most of the show had been focused more like on the system, which is good because I know they're supposed to be the bad guys, but it was just like, in my opinion, I think it was just a little bit outplayed with using them a lot. So the rating for this match, well, I mean, not match, just the whole pay-per-view itself, it's gonna be a 9. This the only issue I had, and why I'm rated a 9 out of 10, that the system was like just used so much, and like they was all appearing in everybody's matches and stuff like that. It was like a little bit outplayed. So that's why I rated it a 9, or I mean rated it a 9, and I'm gonna grade it a B plus for the pay-per-view as well. Let's say it was pretty good, but it was just like those factors that happen. Oh yeah, what more can you say? Um, but yeah, pretty like interesting. We review, so then probably gonna be like end up being a few matches that gonna be like called up. Like will Matt Hardy get his rematch? Probably not. They probably would have you know, they probably would have Jeff may go against Moose. So it's one of their big pay-per-views, so they got to have somebody big like to face them. Could it be Joe Henry versus Moose? You never know. Um, Also, who's going to be next up to challenge for the Knockouts title, tag titles, and all that stuff? Who knows? Um, but yeah, that's my grade. Like I said, pretty good. Hopefully, Slammiversary delivers when they showed it on July 20th. Should be pretty cool. So, I'm sorry, guys. I should have just went to look at the results of. Oh yeah, there's gonna be like some news that I heard earlier today that we're gonna talk about in a bit. So some of y'all that's watching pre-recorded probably know, probably just saw what I'm gonna be talking about. So let's see if we can find the results of, if I can find it, Clash at the Castle. I should have just went WWE and it just would have helped. Let's see, let's do this. See, I know they talk about a little bit about Raw and oh yeah, we'll talk about that one too. Violent J was like going off on CM Punk. Y'all know who Violent J is? He's a member of the Insane Clown Posse. So yeah, it was interesting. Like just out of nowhere, just saying stuff. Let's see. Um, let's see. Yeah, we're getting close. Let's see. Come on. Where is it? Nope. Come on. Oh, there we go. Clash of the Castle results. I should have looked for that before we aired, so I apologize about that. Um, there was no pre-show, so we ain't got nothing to worry about that. So we're just gonna skip it. Um, the match actually kicked off. Well, the night actually kicked. Well, the day I should say. I know it was night there, but it was day here, like daytime here. So the first match was the WWE Championship I Quit match. I'm pretty surprised. I'm thinking like, okay, they might have something for the main event, something planned for the main event, which they did. But we thinking like, okay, Drew might win it. Okay, we'll see. But that wasn't we'll talk about that in a minute. But I know everybody was upset about the finish of that I Quit match, and if y'all look at years before, it was the same way that John Cena at WrestleMania, but it was the next pay per view after they had their rematch, and I think it was Judgment Day they called it. I believe it was Judgment Day pay per view. The same thing Cody did to AJ, and AJ said I quit. That's the same thing John Cena did to JBL, and JBL hurried up and said I quit. And the same thing was like both Cody and both John Cena were bleeding. Well, Cody Rhodes didn't bleed that much, but yeah, Cena had bled a lot. So that was the difference on that one. And it was good. And he decided to go out there one on one, but it didn't go in his favor. And Cody Rhodes retained the title. So that happened. Now the next match was the so what's her Isa Dawn and not Kaylee Ray, but I know that was her real name, but she went by Alba Fire. So I guess they call themselves, which is kind of new to me, versus Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler versus Jade Cargill and Bianca Belair for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. That was next. This probably the match that was like the shocker of the night. Yeah, it's mainly it was a shocker on like who win. Of course, you know that Che Gargill did as able to call it botch. Now to do it again, botch. A move pointed out that when somebody that is still learning about wrestling, they made a mistake, whatever. Just move on from it. I'm like that too, And the person also pointed out that botches happen. Like, ain't every single match is going to be perfect. But you describe it to be perfect, but there's no such thing as perfect. If things was perfect, everybody in the world will be rich and living wealthy, and everybody will, have like opportunities in life. But it just it happens. What can you do? Like there was a couple of botches that was going on in a couple of matches, but with this one was pointed out the most because there's AEW fans that defending AEW, although right now they're doing crappy right now. But I'm not hating on it on anything like that. But it's like I hope that that AEW find a way to get back to where they were, or mainly start how they started in the beginning, like more about the matches and not about the giving somebody TV time to talk and all that. So yeah, that's one of the things that I would change. And another thing is like have a development thing, like have like the have something in Jacksonville, like AEW's development. Had like people worked out and trained there or something like that to come up with new stars. Instead, we seeing like the same old ones like every week, and like ain't nothing changed about that. So yeah, I'm just surprised, that they didn't think about that. But anyways, Unholy Union did win the match. Kind of capitalized on the what both Bianca Belair and Jada Cargill did to Baszler. So yeah, the Alba Fire pulled off on Belair off of Baszler and made the pin herself. And yeah, it was an upset. And I was wrong about this match. And I'm kind of glad, but I ain't think that, Belair and Cargill was going to lose the titles this soon. But then again, it's like all they was going to match had to happen. And, I'm glad it did. And I was wrong about the results, but what more can you do? So next off was Sami Zayn versus Chad Gable for the Intercontinental Championship. And apparently, as y'all saw on Raw, this was his last opportunity to get a match with the title. Because Sami Zayn did say, like, regardless of what happened, this thing is over. Oh, yeah. He came out with Otis and Maxine Dupree, and also Akira Tozawa with Otis and Maxine, and try to like have have Otis attack Zamie when the time is right, and also have Maxine Dupree attack him and stuff like that. This is all just gotten weird, but yeah, Sami Zayn with the outcome ended up winning the match and retaining the title. So and plus you saw there was problems with Alpha Academy. So Sami Zayn did retain the title. So and y'all probably saw earlier like where he trying to want to ask the next challenger. You have Braun Breaker out there. You have Sheamus out there for number one contendership, and y'all saw that Sheamus ended up winning by disqualification thanks to Ludwig Kaiser that attacked Sheamus. And I was thinking like they might as well just make that match a triple threat match for um yeah. And what was it? As for Chad Gable, he ended up having a match with Braun Strowman, ended up getting beat real quick for causes. Well, I was gonna say cause his trouble. But the interesting thing was like Otis saw Akira Tozawa got pushed. He had enough, ended up pushing Chad Gable, and they just walked off. I think he looked like he was just going to beat him up. Well, what more can you do? I think Otis and Chad Gable will have a few probably in the coming weeks. Maybe do it next week because Chad Gable is in a qualifying match for Money in the Bank against Braun Strowman, and I forgot who else they added. I can't even remember who they added, so I apologize. Next up, you got Piper Niven versus Bayley for the WWE. With Piper Niven, she was accompanied by Chelsea Green. Chelsea Green tried to interfere in the match, got caught, ended up getting out of there, and it was just back and forth. Like Piper Niven was mainly dominating, and it kind of made me think like, they actually gonna let Piper Niven win? Like I didn't predict her to win, but I predicted Bayley to retain. But she ended up doing it. She ended up doing the crucifix after the butt heads, the headbutts, I should say. I don't know why I said butt head, but Niven headbutts Bayley. She went for the back body drop, but Bayley countered into a crucifix driver for the win. So that was the way for her to win. I don't think she probably would have got the belly to belly suplex on her. That was possible, but I guess they just went with doing like that move just to finish her off. Okay, main event: Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre for the World Heavyweight Championship. Yeah, Drew had a crowd behind him. It was like all good and stuff like that. As I was saying about another botch where Damian Priest, I think he was trying to jump over the ropes and end up getting caught. So the thing was, he was trying something different, which I can understand. But yeah, it was crazy. He could barely walk, and he did almost get like totally injured, but it seemed like he was fine. So hey, he didn't wrestle tonight or anything like that. But he was just like, made his appearance and stuff, and Seth Rollins wanted to be in Money in the Bank, and Priest was like, no, we're gonna have a match at Money in the Bank, you and me, because I guess his plan was all along to cash it in on Seth, but it didn't happen. It ended up being Drew winning it. So yeah, CM Punk did he didn't somewhat interfere. He did in the way he did. He came in the referee's shirt, counted 1, 2, and stopped. Because it was like somebody with slick back hair came out, was like, wait a minute, I know who that is. They didn't end up showing him, and he was like 1, 2, then just stopped right there and just pointed at Drew, just like hold up the number 2. So Drew had his hands on CM Punk, then CM Punk kicked him in the groin. And after that, it was over. Priest hit him with a South of Haven, his over the air, the jumping choke slam for the win. And Damian Priest retained, and it kind of made more fodder for the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre rivalry, which it seems like it's gonna like happen at SummerSlam. Although we saw that Drew said he quit, but and that's the thing. Some people believe that, and they can't tell that it's part of the storyline for one, and two, Drew did resign with WWE, and if he didn't like the idea of this, he would have just walked off and would have never did his part because he would have been sent out home with his contract, and probably sooner or later, they would have to fire him. And plus, they added Triple H into this and try to like calm Drew down and talk to him about what's going on. And yeah, they wouldn't have done that. So I think it's like a plan for Drew to attack CM Punk. So he might be in Chicago this Friday for SmackDown. Here on the live YouTube that they debut of the Y6 that happened. I guess everybody thought they was going to attack Jay or attack during the main event or something like that. That didn't happen. They attacked half of the people in the back, including Chad Gable, and you just like got people back there just laying out, just knocked out and stuff. Jey Uso did win against Finn Balor, Rey Mysterio for the qualifying for the Money in the Bank match. Let's see. Io Sky shockingly won. She ended up being, oh God, I forgot that woman's name. Not Selena Vega, but I know she was in that match too. But also Kiana James. I think I said it right. I might have said the first, but yeah, and I was thinking that she was going to win it, but yeah, it ended up being Io Sky. Well, Liv Morgan did kind of interfere. She didn't like touch her or anything like that, but just we're like talking and all that stuff. So this may be a rivalry for like maybe Liv Morgan with the Women's World Championship, probably be on the line against Selena Vega at review, PLE event. So that might happen. Let's see. But yeah, that was pretty much it for Clash of the Castle. I'm probably gonna grade this and rate this a little bit lower than I did with TNA because one, like most of the matches except for one were predictable, and two, they had 5 matches in 3 hours. Some of the matches didn't need to be that long. You can 20 minutes, not 30 or 35 minutes. Like seriously, come on. I'm really gonna give Clash at the Castle, like it was a good pay-per-view, but it just wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. So I'll give that Clash of the Castle a 7. That's my rating for it, a 7. And my grade will be a C. It would have been B if some of the things would have been, worked out of, but yeah, I had to give this one a C. Like the long matches didn't need to be, long and stuff like that, but I don't know. They want quantity over quality, while you can do both quantity and quality. You know what I mean? But it didn't happen. So 7 for the rating, and the grading is a C. So C means average. So that's what it makes mainly what it is. So hopefully, Money in the Bank will be. They probably have to have less matches because they're gonna have 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches, one for the men and one for the women. So that's gonna happen. And yeah, just you can't complain. Okay. Let's see if I can find. Oh, went back to. Okay, let's click on WWE and talk about some of the news that they got because there's like news like in AEW was not like worth talking about. I did watch. I think I did watch Rampage this past Friday and watch Collision this Saturday for their 1 year anniversary, and it was actually not that bad. So that was actually like a um Collision. It wasn't the greatest. Let's see. Let's see. I was trying to look for it. See. Yeah, just like I said, the CM Punk thing will be a setup, and we will see what happens. Yeah. Violent J did went off on CM Punk. It's like you didn't want to shake my hand when we met you, and call him a whole bunch of names and stuff like that. That's just crazy. Yeah, and don't forget the Ensign Cloud Posse did, perform on WWE at times for the theme song for the oddities. And they also wrestled at one point in WCW. And they got their own wrestling company called JWO. Yeah, we got a few people that was from here in Milwaukee that had wrestled into it. So yeah, he went on some rant. Um, let's see. Oh yeah, Natalia's contract is gonna be up in a bit, but we didn't hear anything. But we did know about Chad Gable resign with them, and he likes the era of Triple H that's going on. So it's like Triple H did give him promises and stuff like that. So it's probably more to go. So we will see what happens. Let's see. There was one more thing I wanted to talk about. So, um, oh yeah, Jordan Grace, of course, removed her appearances before matches because of what happened at NXT Battleground. If y'all saw that, of course that happened. So just don't want the same thing to happen again. Where is? There's like one thing I wanted to talk about on here, and I can't even find it. We talk about the Y6. Of course, we talk about what happened in TNA this past Friday. Um, I swear, there was something I really want to talk about. I can't even find it. Oh, I can't even remember. Oh yeah, I know what it is, but I can't even find it on here. But let me try to look for it just to make it all clear. But well, they do want to do a pay per view in October. Going to be early October, but the pay per view is going to be the returning of Bad Blood. So they're thinking, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre will continue their feud on that. But and they thinking that it's going to happen in Atlanta, and they said well, it was like October 4th, and I think that's a Saturday if I can find it. Yeah, there it is. It was like in another place. So I will read it to you guys that's watching on the pre-show. I will read it to you guys too that's listening live or pre-recorded on Podbean. Uh, oh, I see. I seen why they actually pick Bad Blood. Yeah, because Bad Blood in your house. Let's see, because that was the first Hell in a Cell match that happened in 1997 when. So yeah, it will be 20. It'll be the 27th anniversary to the day of the first Hell in a Cell. So this possibility that they might do like a Hell in a Cell match for okay. Atlanta, Georgia is one of the markets being considered for it, and I think that just hold on, let me check something because I gotta sorry guys, I gotta check something right quick. So I know they say Atlanta would be one of the places they would think of doing it right now. That's like one of their main targets to check out, but I think there's nothing going on in October. Well, we know normally we'll get a pay-per-view in October. Yeah, nothing's going on October 5th. So possibility, that WWE could do it here. Who knows? Um so yeah, there's a possibility that it could be here. You never know. Um but I was thinking also there could be a chance that Milwaukee may get Survivor Series too. But then again, Chicago would normally end up with like a pay-per-view every year, but they didn't like mention like what's going to happen with you know Survivor Series. So if Survivor Series go back to Chicago, chance of me like no, because I went to Chicago last year, but I didn't go to the show. I was just staying at the hotel that they normally will stay at. So that happened, and yeah, met a few people. R-Truth made his return to Survivor Series, and Damian Priest, the whole Judgment Day were there. Kyrie Zane was there. Yeah, I didn't get to meet her at the time, but I saw her went past. It was like, oh crap! But I managed to get her in Milwaukee for SmackDown, so kind of made up for that. Who else was there? Carlito was there. Some of the backstage hand like Nick Aldis, like he's part of the road agent, but he's also I'm trying to think like who else that I saw there. Like I say, I knew it was the whole Judgment Day that was there, and I only managed to get a picture with Damian Priest. Try to get one with JD McDowell, but him and Finn wasn't having it. Well, I wasn't worried about Finn because I already got Finn Balor already. But Rhea I got already. Dominic Mysterio I got already. And yeah, this is my second time getting Damian Priest, but I want to get JD McDonald, and it would have been complete. And yeah, he did do a meet and greet the next day, but it was just like, nah, I just really had to go. And yeah, and plus, I had problems like going home. Yeah, I had to get that sorted out. So like it wasn't that long of a distance to go for the try to get JD McDonald's picture or whatever. I could have did that because the place they did it at was not that far from the hotel I was at. It maybe was like a few blocks. Yeah, like a few blocks. So that's why I didn't do that. So possibly they could do it here if they want to, or we might get Survivor Series. Who knows? So yeah, I'll keep y'all informed if anything like happens. But right now it's like the main one that's going to get it is Atlanta, and I wouldn't be surprised they were. So that'd be pretty good. Okay. enough about that. Okay, this is mainly like okay, so if the event does take place, it will mark 20 years since the last Bad Blood with the 2004 edition of the show headlined by Hell in a Cell match between Triple H and Shawn Michaels. I think that was for the world heavy. I think it was for the world title. I think Triple H did have, wait a minute. No, 2004. Yeah, I think he had it back because he and Triple H ended up winning. So that was saying that Triple H didn't deserve that many reigns as he did. It was just stupid. And there was like some matches that he should have lost. So well, enough about that. I know we got a little bit of time, and I know on live I'm going over the limit. But let's go with talk about like the Bucks and about that. Let's go to, like I said, I will do the same thing like as I did last time for you guys to knowing like what's going on with the let's go the mock draft. Last time we did this, we did this was this past Friday. We did team needs on ESPN's mock draft. So for those who's watching now, this is where the Bucks picks. We ended up getting a team need, like we needed a center, so we ended up getting Kyle Witwowski for the 23rd pick. And for the 33rd pick, we ended up getting Keyshawn George, which everybody was, talking about like who we should get anyway. And a few days ago, the Bucks did had a workout with Keyshawn George, and not only him, I think was Terrence Shannon. I think was another. Then a day before that, it was Zach Edey and Zach Edey. Although he will be maybe a little bit slower, but he did lose some weight, and maybe we'll see how it goes. But they do need somebody to defend and can rebound because Brook Lopez sure as hell cannot rebound. Like I know he's trying to set up for like other people to like get the rebound, but he should be focused on getting rebounds and besides him like blocking shots and try to do the drop coverage, which is not working anymore, at least not the way that they try to do it. So yeah, they got to work on that if they're going to keep Lopez and not trade him. But what more they do? So anyways, we're gonna let's see, I'll show y'all some of the picks and stuff. And it's like Zach Edey got picked earlier by Portland. Yes, Missy got picked earlier. You got Massachusetts got picked later. Keller Ware got picked early. Yeah, it was just some people that wasn't expected that ended up getting like some of them. And yeah, did somebody get Bronny James? I forgot who. Let me look at this because I think somebody did pick Bronny James. Yeah, it was Houston that picked them with their 44th pick. And Deron Holmes got picked later, much later, with the 45th pick with the Kings. Like I said, if you see like the 76ers, like this 49 pick and the Suns 59 pick, that doesn't count because they forfeited their titles. Their draft picks. They forfeited their draft picks because of tampering. I forgot who the Suns did it for, but I know the Sixers did it when lost it because the PJ Tucker talking to him earlier before the actual, free agency. Get couldn't get Bronny James, but he ended up the Lakers ended up getting like two centers. So that's kind of interesting. A 6 foot, I think he was a 6'11" guy. Samto Ciro ended up getting him, and a couple of Marquette picks, got picked. Got Ozeri Ododaro. Was one of the that was another player that worked out for the Bucks. So who knows? They might get him to be like a stretch forward. Who knows? But they really need like a center. But he did play center with Marquette, but like his defense is going to be like questionable. And they, although the Bucks didn't work out, Tyler Kojet, but he was one of the guys that they were thinking that the Bucks would pick up. So yeah, less than 2 weeks away is the NBA draft. In which I kind of found out that the NBA draft, the second round, will start in the afternoon at 3 o'clock. So yeah, that kind of sucks. They could just did it like in the evening, but I know that I'm gonna plan not doing anything for that and just gonna like watch it. So let's restart this. Yes, restart the draft. And still gonna pick the Milwaukee Bucks and go for full draft and go the same thing with team needs. But this time we're gonna go with Fanspo, like their choices for like the draft pick. So we're gonna get started. Let's go. I bet you the first pick was gonna be Alex Czar for Atlanta. Which now they having like different picks. Oh, Nikola Topic. Wow. Reed Shepard for Houston. So that was planned. Midas Buse for the Spurs. Wow. Stefan Castle for Detroit. Like they need a point guard. Oh, Alex Sard finally gets picked with Charlotte. So wow, he dropped a little bit. T. James Shama for Portland. Rob Dillingham for Spurs. Memphis gets Cody Williams. Jazz get Isaiah Culler. Bulls select Ron Howler. I guess they might be forgetting about oh wow, the Thunder picked Donovan Clingan. First pick Kyle Kowalski. Portland's picked Ulyss Missy. Crap. Miami once again picked Keller Ware, which was on the last one. 76ers select Jared McCain. Lakers picked Zach Edey. Wow. Okay. And 18 Dalton Connect was chosen by Orlando. Devin Carter was chosen by Toronto. Adam Bona was picked by Cleveland. Wow. Okay. PJ Hall was picked by the Pelicans. Wow. Let's see, 22 Carlton Cameron for the Suns, and now it's our turn to pick. So the best player available would be the shooting guard, Jacoby Walter, but we could go with Tyler Smith if we wanted to, or because we're going, like I said, we're going by team need. So as you said, it's severely we need a center, and we're high on a point guard or shooting guard. we can try to work that out for the second round. So we need a center. Let's see. Any one of these centers would do. So they got Jonathan Mabo for the best player available, but he's 6'8". No, so the best power forward available would be around draft him. Can 221 can defend, and also I think he's a decent shooter. So look, like 20 points a game, 2.6 assists, nearly 9 rebounds, and 54.4% from the field. So yeah, we're taking him. So we kind of got answer to our stretch 4 problems. So we got that out the way. And okay, next select Tyler Kovacic. And they also picked Jonathan Mungo. Wizards picked Ade Mara. Wolves picked Bobby Klingman. Nuggets picked DJ Wagner. Jazz picked Ariel Gordy. Boston picks AJ Mitchell. Oh, Jacoby Walton fell live. Oh, he's got picked by Toronto. Ryan Caldburner for the Jazz. Never heard of him before. So that's probably new. So we're on our next pick. So we can actually we'll go with best players available if we want to. But I know we need like a shooting guard or a point guard. So what would be the best one available? Is none other than Johnny Perkins. He can play shooting guard. He can play a small forward. Not sure they're going to play power forward. Not sure, but we still going to go with the needs. So we're going to get Johnny Perkins. Yeah, kind of tall, 6'9", 202. Like I said, can play shooting guard and something that they because Deron Holmes is like he can play right now, and Johnny Furphy, and we'll just see if let's get him. We'll see how he is in the summer rounds, and 46.6% from the field, but also he's a good 3-point shooter as well. So yeah, this will be like interesting. So yeah, we kind of got a couple of needs what we needed as well. So let's continue. He's my Amansa going to Portland. Keyshawn George going to San Antonio. Hunter Salas to Indiana. Point guard goes to the Knicks. Jalen Tyson goes to Memphis. Minfali Dante, a center, goes to Portland. Man, they picked a lot of centers. Okay, 76ers pick Udris Kumbia, power forward at 6'11", could play center. Trey Alexander is selected by Charlotte Hornets, point guard. Orester Omno picked to Miami. Of course, he's a 6'9" power forward and plays center. Power forward, picked by Houston. Sacramento Kings select Tyrese Parker, a point guard at 6'5". Clippers select Juan Nunez, a point guard. Magic selects Jamal Shea, a point guard. Spurs select Terrence Shannon Jr., 6'7" shooting guard, can play small forward too. We're not going to count this pick, the Aaron Bradshaw pick, so because that's where 76ers lost their pick. Wow, Bronny James going to the Pacers? Wow, okay. Then you got Quentin Post that's going to the Pacers as well. 7-foot guy. A point guard, 6'7". Wow. Detroit selects Julius Mintz, point guard as well. Okay, Boston selects Tristan Newton, a point guard as well. That's 6'5". Okay, the Lakers go for Tristan Dead Silver. Wow, he fell way down. Wow. And Nuggets selects Celia Foster, a point guard. Memphis pick Kevin McCullough Jr. Wow, he really fell too. This pick doesn't count for Phoenix, but the final pick will be Jesse Edwards from West Virginia, a 7'1" guy. So yeah, let y'all I'll slowly scroll it down and had y'all look for it for the ones who's watching the the pre-recording. Oh crap, Brewers lost 3-5. Let's see. Like I say, I'm just slowly just showing you guys who's all picked. Because y'all probably would know these people know if you watch college ball or watch NBA Academy from Africa or watch some of these guys overseas. So Bronny James to Indiana. I'm shocked. I think it was Houston. That was the last time that I ended up, picking Bronny James. And also, we don't know. Trades can happen during the draft as well. So, and it could happen the day of. They can trade right before the draft started. So, they can trade their first round picks and their second round picks too. So, just starting, the day of the NBA draft, they can make trades on that day. So we will see what happens. And now, since now the NBA season is finally over, it'll be interesting to see what teams are going to do during this off season. So as y'all see, Deron Holmes the second and Johnny Furphy we got for the Bucks. Like I said, a power forward that can play center, good defensively too. Johnny Furphy, good offensive guy, okay on defense. So we will see. Anyways, that's gonna be pretty much it, guys. Like I said, thanks for watching on the live on YouTube, and thank you guys are watching the pre-recorded version of it on YouTube, and thank for you guys that's watching on Twitch. Please share the channel and share the stream, I should say too.